Welcome to the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, where we believe that raising healthy kids shouldn't be complicated. Our mission is to inspire 20 million families worldwide to take the steps to raise the healthiest generation in our history. We interview some of the world's leading experts in nutrition, human potential, and children's health, as well as extraordinary chefs and foodies, to gain insights into simple, fun, and creative ways to introduce natural health into homes across this planet.
Hey there, Dr. Brad here from the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, drellisort.com, Tenango Chiropractic. And as the title implies, we're going to be talking about the coconut oil fiasco. So I imagine a lot of you have seen that the recent news that just came out the other day was this big report that coconut oil is as bad for you as beef fat and butter. Oh my gosh. And I was joking with some friends of mine on Facebook about how that should be retitled. The American Heart Association would like to thank the industrial oil industry for their generous cash donation because, of course, they circulate the same bogus data, bogus news, every so often, every few months, every few years about saturated fat causing heart disease, and in this case they were talking about diabetes as well. And so, it's been a little played out. I'm not going to get into the science of coconut oil or defending coconut oil because I think that if you just use logic and reason, you can understand, hopefully, that coconut oil didn't suddenly become bad for you. It didn't suddenly go from being this totally beneficial, wonderful source of healthy brain fats to overnight because of a corporate media news report, an unhealthy thing that's going to clog your arteries. Because as we know, saturated fat doesn't clog your arteries. That's not how the digestive process works. That's not how the cholesterol that's found in clogged arteries works. It's just not physiology at all. And that can be the topic for another conversation. There's lots of great books. Great Cholesterol Myth is an awesome one. Dr. Jack Wolfson, the paleocardiologist, another awesome one that can go over the science and details. So we're going to just take for an assumption that it's true that neither saturated fat nor coconut oil causes this problem that is getting talked about. But what I wanted to talk about it was why this news report, this so-called news report about coconut oil being so bad for you after all, is really the reason we need to, get up and make some noise and, get up off your, duff and do something. Because here's the thing, if you think about a report like this, right? Because we see stuff like this all the time. This one just caught a lot of attention because coconut oil has been so popular and really, become, so popular, right? And so we know it's got to be cutting into the profits of the industrial oil industry substantially because people are now buying coconut oil like crazy. And, even, I saw potato chips the other day that are cooked in coconut oil. So that it's really cutting into the profits. So that's really the source of this so-called news article. And if you think about it, this type of propaganda really has no effect or very little effect on those of us like myself who are really huge fans of coconut oil, have incorporated it into our diet in big ways. People that are really into like bulletproof coffee and things like that, coconut oil and understanding the medium chain triglycerides and all their benefits, it's not going to stop those people from using coconut oil or buying it or really slow down on it at all. And then the people who really don't give a crap about health and don't care about any of that, it's not going to change anything for them either. But the people that it will affect, this type of propaganda from the media, this corporate BS, is the people that it does affect are the people that have recently been stretching out into the world of looking to become healthier, looking to change their lifestyles, and looking to make some healthy changes, but it's uncomfortable, right? Because they're into new territory. They're uneasy about it. They don't really know maybe what direction to go. They hear conflicting reports on different things. And now this big, huge, media storm about coconut oil comes down. And what it does is it confuses the issue. And when people are confused, they revert to what they're familiar with. So if you've been somebody who's eaten the standard American diet, this group of people, kind of this population I'm talking about, who this is going to affect negatively, and then you're starting to branch out, you're just starting into the healthier ways of being and learning, and then suddenly you become confused because now the American Heart Association, right, says coconut oil is bad for you after all. Now it's confusing, and you don't know where to place it. And so what happens is people in this situation will have that be a reason to not be continuing forward in making these healthy changes. And so what it really exemplifies for me, and this is just me, but is those of us who really understand this stuff, and those of us who are in the field of the vitalistic health care, those of us that are chiropractors and other health practitioners, or even just individuals who study and learn about these things, that it's really on us when this type of thing happens to step forward and be a leader and not allow the confusion to rule and cause for people to back off of their healthy changes, because we're at such a tipping point in the health of our current generations, especially our kids. We're at such a tipping point in their health, really. I mean, chronic illness, the horrible diseases are severely on the rise among the young people population. And if we don't do everything we can to help people understand what the truth is in these situations, then what ends up happening is people revert to the mean and go back to the standard American diet. And so, I'm really calling on us as the people leading this to make a difference, because, it's great if you want to just kind of stay in your lane and focus on what you're up to. But when this type of stuff comes down the pike, if you don't step forward, if you don't make a difference, and if you don't speak about it, then where people are getting this information is from the corporate news. And it's those population of people that are just branching out, just efforting to make a difference in their lives, in their kids' lives, in their families' lives, that are going to suffer the most unless we really step forward and do something about it. So I encourage and challenge you to do that, to make a difference, to research, to learn, to understand, and then to really lead. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there and give that little bit of my opinion and understanding about what's going on with these type of ridiculous news stories like coconut oil being causing heart disease and so forth. All right, you guys take care. This is Dr. Brad from the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, drellisor.com, Tenino Chiropractic. You take care. If you enjoyed this episode of Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, connect with us online. You can find us on Facebook at Kids Eating Broccoli Podcast or at Dr. Brad Ellisor DC. You can also go to our website, drellisor.com. That's DOCTORELLISOR.com. Go to iTunes and leave us a review and a rating, or on Stitcher. And be sure to keep in touch with us so you can hear the next episode. Sign up for our mailing list or like us on Facebook. You guys take care now, and let's make the next generation the best generation.